Hello everyone, this is International Master Alex Ostrovsky. Recently I've completed my 10-hour course on the Caro-Kann defense for black against the move 1e4. And in this DVD I've practically shared all my knowledge that I've garnered in this opening. I've been playing it for almost a decade, and it's an opening that I've taught many of my students, many different variations of it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm in ChessLessons.org and I'm going to stream some online Blitz games that I'm going to play, and hopefully I'll be able to test drive a lot of these suggestions that I've recommended in my DVD, and I'm going to annotate and commentate the games as I play them in order to give you a teaser of what you can expect from this opening. Alright, we got our first game here, e4, c6, Caro-Kann right off the bat. Let's see what we got in store. d4 is, of course, the most natural move here, occupying the center. d5. So the Caro-Kann is an opening. We play c6, d5 on the first two moves against anything white throws at us. So it's a light square strategy. Now, my opponent here plays e5, which is called the advanced variation. And this is quite a critical option. White gains some space in the center. And this move, c5, is a very interesting idea that I've been playing almost from the inception of my Caro-Kann playing days. It kind of looks like a weird move. I'm undermining the center, but I'm also spending 2 tempi moving my c-pawn. But the point here is that I just want to get the center crumbling as quickly as possible. Here I have two options, knight c6, which I looked at in the DVD, and also e6, which I'm going to play here, which is another suggestion I looked at. The idea of this move is, of course, to just regain the pawn as quickly as possible. Bishop e3 is the main option here. White is trying to defend that c5 pawn at all costs, and we're going to play knight h6. So weird looking move, but the idea is to bring that knight to f5, attack this bishop, and if bishop takes h6, then after h, I'm going to have the advantage of the two bishops, and I don't mind those double pawns because his center's crumbling. Okay, knight f3 here. We're going to play... there's two options that I recommended in the DVD. One of them was knight d7, which I've tested before, but there's also the simple knight f5. Let's go with knight f5 to keep things simple. I also like the move knight to d7 because the knight can also go to g4. Bishop d4, huh? Alright. Knight takes d4. I think he has check with the queen if he wants to maintain the c5 pawn, but now I have the two bishops, his queen's in the center, and I'm starting to get curious about knight c6. Knight c6, bishop b5, queen a5 check, knight c3. And can I go into this endgame with queen takes b5? I think I can, so let's go. Knight c6. Bishop e5, and actually at this point we've transposed into a variation that I've looked at with the move order of playing an initial knight c6. So we can look at that after the game. So knight d4, and all right, he takes. Okay, so I got my pawn back, and the resulting endgame should be very pleasant for me, considering that I have the bishop there here. Bishop d7. Simply gonna play something like rook c8. Now actually I have a choice here. Should I go king e7, keeping my king in the center, or castles? Well, I'm going to go with king e7. I think one of the reasons I hesitated was because I want to be able to play f6, but the king is just fine here. Alright, c3. Let's play rook c8. Now I'm going to change plan. I want to play a5, b5, b4, and get this initiative on the queen side. So generally I want to open up the board. I want to create some weaknesses here. I do have to speed up. I am getting low on time here, so I'm going to do maybe a little bit less commentating, a little bit more moving, just to avoid a situation where I have a winning game but no time. I know everyone hates that. b4. Alright, take... Whoa! Is this a blunder? He probably thought I had to take back on b4, and then he can play like there. Alright, well, I just go back, and there you go. Just extra piece for me. Should be no problem. He does have a pawn for it, but that's not enough. Next up is bishop b5. Now what? He has to go rook d2. Just trade off here. If rook takes bishop d3, king takes is forced, rook c8. It's a matter of conversion at this point. Let's go f6. Try to build a strong pawn center. He'll probably play like b3. Yep, I saw that one coming. I'll go back here. Now this is a common idea. The bishop's about to get very strong via h5, so nice switch back here. Oh, he lets me do it. He could go a5 here, I guess that's his plan, but okay, doesn't worry me. Extra piece is an extra piece. Take the time to double those pawns. Bishop d8. Again, just a matter of conversion. Bishop c7 is obviously better. I was, for a moment, worried about this pin. Now, okay, he wants to maybe go rook h4. I'll go rook c7 to defend. No. Okay, we'll go f5 now. Get this bishop out here. Again, just got to watch my time, but other than that, I'm not concerned about this position. These pawns are about to all drop. Okay, you can have that one. I'll make you an exchange. I'll take all of these. I should probably save this pawn though, so I'll go bishop e7. Now we got both pawns under attack, so he got to lose one of them. Probably going to go after f4. Well, he didn't even give me a choice. b4, huh? I'm going to go for this one now. b5. He's doing a good job of creating some counterplay here. He wants to get some of these pawns rolling down the board. Maybe I'm not doing the best job here of stopping his counterplay as well. Bishop d4. That should do it. Pawns defended. He can't make any passers. Could try b6 and then a7 actually. But he doesn't do that. Okay, really got to watch my time now. And maybe also threaten mate while we're at it. And I don't see a way to stop mate now for him. Alright, just in the nick of time. 7.5 seconds. Good try, sir. There we go, checkmate. Alright, got a little bit close for comfort there, down to 5 seconds, but we did the job. Let's look at the game one more time here. Again, advanced variation, c5. He took it. Again, I had a choice of knight c6 or e6. Both, of course, are covered in my DVD, giving you a nice little option here. e6. Knight c6 maybe is a little bit more aggressive because this bishop has an open diagonal to use. But I like e6 as well, just trying to get to the point, take that c5 pawn. Bishop e3, knight h6. Now, in my experience, whenever I've played this position, got this move on the board, a lot of times my opponents would be very surprised to see this move. This probably maybe no longer the case as much today as compared to 5-6 years ago when I would do this, but maybe still will catch out some people. It's a weird looking move. Knight f3 I think is already an inaccuracy. The best move here is to play c3 so that when I do play knight f5 there's bishop d4 and white maintains more control over the center. And in this resulting position we got into an endgame here that I transitioned to by using this quick tactic here. And already it's move 12. I think black is much better. The material is equal. I have the bishop pair. And of course my opponent made it a little bit easier for me here after blundering. But I think this position is very, very good for black already. I'm going to go b4, a5, b4. After that, I played a little slowly. And I almost got into some big trouble there with the clock. But fortunately, let's look at this mating net here. Nothing to do with the opening, but nice finish here. a6, king is trapped. All right, let's see if we can get one more game for today. We're back for another game, another e4, c6, Caro-Kann, knight f3. So let's see what variation is going to. This is not a very common idea here. I did examine it in my DVD, however, after d5, knight c3, and taking. Now this is quite a rare option. Is he going to go knight e5? No, d4. Okay, so my opponent's playing really quickly, so I'm going to have to watch the clock this game. But this is sort of going to exchange Caro-Kann variation. Pretty harmless. The rising pawn structure here is called a Carlsbad pawn structure. And let's see if we can use any of the ideas that are typical of the structure here. So let's go. Knight f6. Where's he going to go? Well, he's having his first think. That's surprising. Bishop d3. Got a choice here. Knight c6. c3 perhaps. h3. Alright. So the idea we're going to use here, basically there were two setups that I recommended against this exchange variation. One of them was based on the very common modern idea of queen c7. And this prevents white from playing bishop f4, which is one of his main development ideas. And another idea here, the one that I'm going to use this game, I'm going to play the move g6. Now, what is the idea behind this move? This is an idea that I used to play when I was younger. And it's quite an aggressive idea, even though it doesn't look like it. My idea here is that I want to develop my bishop on c8 to f5, which I'm going to do right now. And if he takes, then I'm going to take with a g-pawn, and I'm going to try to get an attack down this open g-file. King h8. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to put that rook on g8, and I'm going to try to get an attack going. Alright, so might as well play rook g8 here. Don't see anything wrong with that. He's probably going to go for knight e5 ideas. Nope, he does not. Now knight e4. And I just want to build up on the king side and in the center. My doubled pawns, they look like they may be weak in my king safety, but it's just the opposite. I want to use this g-file for an attack, and I want to install this really powerful knight on e4. So far, both of those things are going quite well, and I'm going to continue trying to build up my position. So e6, I'm going to get my queen in touch with the king side here. King h2. That's interesting. What is he trying to do, I wonder? Let me just play bishop f6 here. Open up my rook. So rook g6, an idea that I'm going to try to use, maybe double or even triple on this g-file. And in the meantime, I'm not really sure what his plan should be here. He probably needs to put something on e5 at some point, and there he does it. He puts a knight on e5. I'm going to snap it off. He is threatening to also fork me. Oh, he played that move for me. Thank you. Bishop takes. And now bishop takes. Ooh, and I think I have a lot of nice options here. Maybe queen g5, maybe queen h4. Queen g5 looks like it's difficult to deal with. Threatening mate. And if g3, then I think I can probably just sack with knight takes g3. We're going to calculate that if he does it. Or even better, knight takes f2. And I'm also threatening queen f4, potentially winning this pawn. So, remains to be seen how he wants to deal with this idea. Plus, I'm also attacking the knight on d2, so you can't play something like queen g1. So f3 makes a lot of sense here. But it seems like I'm just winning some material by force. Let's make sure I'm not missing any stronger continuation. Yeah, just queen g3, king h1, and then knight f2. And what is he going to do here? And if king g1, then this h3 pawn is dropping. So he goes there. Again, maybe knight g5 here. I was going to go knight takes d2 and then take one of these pawns. But I also have the move knight g5. That might be a better option, actually. Keep more pieces for the attack. How's he going to stop knight takes h3? Could go king h1 here, actually. Huh. Maybe I should have not been so greedy. He does play king h1. Alright. He got me there. Alright. If I go knight h3, pawn h3, queen h3, rook h2, don't see a follow-up. Rook g6. We're just going to swing more pieces in the attack. Again, gotta watch my time here. Alright, he goes here. Queen f4. Not trading queen. Not interested in trading queens when I have such a powerful attack. Rook g8's coming. Still looking to stack something. And I'm looking to not flag as a side note. Let's see. So I gotta be careful that my queen doesn't get trapped. Does he have any like g3 moves? Rook g8. No queen trade. He's very persistent. Do I have this knight takes f3 tactic here? That's the question. No time to calculate, unfortunately. I'm just going to play queen h5, set up one of these tactics. Knight takes f3, knight takes h3. Okay, let's see. Again, going to be a close game, just like the last one with the time. I'm going to have to checkmate him quickly here. Let's play f4 here. He's probably trying to defend with knight h2. I'm going to sack here, though. Yeah, it's coming. I think it's worth it. I'm going to get two pawns for the piece. His king's wide open. He is doing a good job so far of defending, but see if he can keep it up. I don't know if he's actually doing such a good job. I feel like I'm definitely missing a lot of things. And I could have probably finished him off quicker here. But we'll see. I'm going to try to triple up on this h-file, maybe. Looks like an interesting idea here. Didn't work. Now it's just a game of who's going to flag. Hopefully not me, but it's probably me. Lagged out. Oh man, alright, so an unfortunate loss here. Played too slowly here. But let's see what happened in this game. So we had this sort of exchange Caro-Kann type of opening here. My opponent played it via strange move order. Usually, let's see if we can open up an analysis board. So usually the exchange Caro-Kann is reached via the move order of d4, d5, captures, bishop d3. So you can see we have the same pawn structure here. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is called the Carlsbad structure, named after, I believe, a city where this tournament was played long ago, where this sort of pawn structure arose a lot. Generally in this structure, white is aiming to attack on the king side. And this is actually quite a popular system for white at the club level because it's sort of easy to play and gives you, if your opponent doesn't know what to do, it can give you this really easy attack. My opponent played it via knight f3 move order and then took here. Now this is considered worse because I have the option of putting this bishop on g4. But what I chose to do in the game, as I talked about, is this idea of g6, which I analyzed in my DVD. And the idea of this move is to play bishop f5, and you could play it quickly, or you can play it like I did later in the game. And if your opponent exchanges, then we get this open attack on the g file. That's actually what happened in this game. So, like I said, I feel like I really missed some opportunities for a quick knockout. So, just want to have a look at one moment during the game where I said I didn't have enough time to calculate. Well, now I do. So here, what's going on? So he took. Now I'm able to get some advantages from this exchange. For example, king h8, planning rook g8, planning to attack, and this knight is going to e4. And these things actually happen in the game, which is quite nice. Allows me to show how effective this plan can be. King h2, bishop f6, trades. And after queen g5, I think at this point I am winning, or at least it's extremely dangerous for white. All these potential threats on the board. For example, I was talking about if he was put to play g3, I have knight takes g3, but probably much better looks knight takes f2 as well. And now after rook f2, of course, queen g3, leading to material gains. So he decides to play f3, queen g3, king g1. So I played knight g5, missing king h1, but knight takes d2 was just a simple way to win a pawn. For example, if queen takes, I can take h3, or, ooh, went ahead too much here. I can take on h3, or I can take on f3. But after knight g5, amazingly, unless I miss something here, can't sack an h3 yet because he defends stuff. But regardless, let's move forward. Rook g6, got to keep bringing pieces into the attack when you're of course attacking. Now queen e1, queen f4. Yeah, it was somewhere here. I definitely feel I missed some knight h3 ideas. And this is the moment I want to go to. I think knight takes f3 here. Does this work? I think it does. The idea is, of course, I defend my queen. If he takes, then thank you for the pawn, and I'm going to grab another one. And if he doesn't take, or takes the knight instead, rook g1, king h2, aha, simple. Queen f4. Yeah, during the game I missed this simple check. Queen f4, and now there's going to be, well, probably a checkmate. I was going to say huge material gains, but one of those two, it looks like he has to go like knight g3, and now absolutely everything is dropping. Can take the queen, or can even take on g3. Probably just taking the queen is completely over. As it was, however, spoiled this nice position. I did end up sacrificing, but I unfortunately got flagged. Unfortunately lost in time, but what can you do? The clock is part of the game, so have to take this loss with no excuses. But I still think I had quite a promising position from the opening here. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this quick stream and this analysis of the two games in the Caro-Kann. Hope this encourages you to get my DVD and learn more about the ideas of this opening. Caro-Kann defense is an opening that used to be considered quite a boring drawish option, but not anymore, not quite. And I recommend many options such as this one that I presented in this game, which can give black quite a bit of attacking chances. So thank you for watching the stream, and I hope to see you in the future.